Welcome, one and all, to the Nerd Element, a place where nerds can come together and geek out for all eternity. And this is my first Let's Play video ever. In doing so, I decided I might as well start off and feature one of my favorite games of all time, Mountain Blade Warband. If you've ever played any RTS games where you've built up an army, you go out and attack the enemy, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know what, I can do so much better than these units are doing right now. I could do so much more damage. Well, now you can with Mountain Blade Warband. And yeah, it's a hack and slash RPG with those RTS elements. Allows you to build up an army while being able to control your own specific unit to take on the enemy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into this thing. We're going to start going through the introduction, show you just kind of first basic quest, and then from there we can take off with these videos. So yeah. First and foremost, I would like to let you guys know that this is using the diplomacy mod. Basically, all that means is that the mod is in place to be able to help out in terms of diplomacy and just different aspects of the game. Makes it go quicker so you don't have to walk around as much, and adds a lot of newer options that help out in the late game as well to make the entire process so much easier. I've never actually used it before. This is going to be my first time, but on the bright side, it is indeed, it's supposed to be really good from what I've heard. So yeah. So let's see, with this first question here, ask for the gender. Of course you can choose male or female. I would preference the male just because I've heard that being a female is way harder. I've heard that, you know, you can't actually be the actual ruler of Calradia. The only way you can do it is by marrying into one of the noble families and having them become king, and then you're like, I guess in a way, ruler, which, you know, kind of sounds extremely sexist. And if that does, guess what? You're absolutely right. These people are chauvinistic pigs. This is medieval times. Women never got any respect around here. I don't know why you think they get respect in a virtual version of the medieval world either. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot tougher to be female. We're just going to go with the male, make this process a whole lot easier. The next few questions just kind of go over some of your background. I think it kind of helps determine the type of characters that you end up developing. I'm not completely sure. I assume some aspects are in there, but for this purpose we are going to start out with this first question, choosing that our father was a veteran warrior, just to give that idea of, you know, being the real warrioristic type of person. Alright, so for the next one, we spent our early life as a street urchin, and we became a smith in our young adult life. And let's see, what made us take the decision to become an adventurer? Wanderlust, man. There's nothing better than just going out and doing shit just 'cause you could, just 'cause you wanted to take on the adventure. You know, yeah, you want some fucking money out of that too, and maybe a little bit of power. And yeah, the ultimate goal is to become king of Calradia, but you can't do that without adventuring first, man. So that's like honestly the best way to go. Alright, and now it says become an adventurer, ride to your destiny. Now we go into the real like creation mode. We're going to quit without saving. That way I can't just fuck up this game later down the road. Yeah, so for being someone who's going to be more of the warrior type, we're going to want to put a couple points in strength. We're also going to want to put a couple points in charisma. I would do this for pretty much any character, just for the simple fact, well, any of the main primary characters that you create yourself, just for the simple fact that it's going to help out in the long run and be able to get in a huge army going. So looking at these skills here, we're going to choose Iron Flesh. Is going to give us some extra hit points. We'll put a point in power strike because that's going to allow us to deal some more melee damage. Let's see, we'll put one in a shield, and we'll even put one in power throw, and that's going to help out a lot. And then we're gonna put another point in leadership because that's going to allow us, like I said, to be able to increase the number of units that we can have in our party, the bigger army size. And the last point we're going to put in prisoner management. These two skills are incredibly important. You can see the description up in the right hand corner. They're incredibly important because they go over just basically allow you to be able to get more and more of everything. So the leadership allows you to get more units in your command, and prisoner management allows you to be able to capture more units, which is also really important because that's going to be one of your main sources of income in this game. Another thing I'd like to point out before we start moving onward is the different types of where you see in the parentheses in those right hand corner, there's 3 different types. There's personal skill, party skill, and leader skill, which is just these two down here at the bottom with the prisoner management and leadership. For party skill, in this game you're gonna end up being able to get heroes that you'll be able to recruit, and they're just kind of like super powerful infantry unit or cavalry, I guess, if you really want to throw them on a horse. They're like extra characters that are equivalent in status to your primary character, to the main character. And essentially, the party skill means that whoever has the highest level of that specific skill, that's what your entire army is going to scale off of. As for the personal skills, this affects just your character. It scales off of just your character, or whichever character that skill is going towards. And then these last two with the leader skill, that's kind of on the same aspect of the party skills. It affects the entire party, but this is only something that scales off of whoever the leader of that army is. In this case, you. So, those are just some of the important aspects to think about if you choose to play this game and you want to level up your character. Those are some of the important aspects. Since we did put some in shield, that means we're going to kind of go for more of a one-handed proficiency. So we're going to put a few points up in that, and then also we did put a few points in power throw. So that's going to give us our pole arms. Plus, if we're going to want to ride cavalry, that's also going to be important for that aspect. And last but not least, we're going to put in our name. And for this character, we're simply going to name him, just for shits and giggles, the Haas. Not with a capital O there too. That would look really weird. But now it looks great. And yeah, we're ready to go at this point. Well, now we're on to the point where it's like create a sim. You have all of your different options here to be able to change up to kind of how you want him to appear. For the purpose of this video though, I'm just going to simply randomize until I get the right look that I'm going for. So sometimes this works out really well, sometimes it doesn't, but in my opinion it's still a lot faster than trying to go through adjusting everything. So let's start randomizing. He looks like a fucking bug. That is really, his eyes are just so weird. And he's interesting. No. No, his head's just like way too long. He's alright. No. What is that? I don't even understand that. And then, oh look, he's got little pigtails in the back, and then he's got pigtails hanging off of his front there, and then he's bald on the top. I don't even think that's a real thing. However, if you do have a hairstyle that kind of looks like this, please send me a picture, because I would definitely like to know if that's actually a legitimate thing that could happen to a person. Anyway, definitely not going to happen to us. So let's keep going on. No. Actually, that's like fucking perfect. Well, we're gonna change his age a little bit, make him a little bit older, and then we're gonna make his hair just a little more on the brown side of things. I don't even think that changed these at all. There we go, just like that. We got the Braveheart hair going on and the handlebar mustache. That is definitely in the range of the Haas, man. I'm telling ya. Alright, so we're gonna click done. This last screen here just goes over which faction you want to start in. There's 6 different factions. Each of them have their own specializations, specifically unit specializations. For example, the Kingdom of Swadia specializes in heavy cavalry. However, I think that the Vaegirs come very close in range to competing with the cavalry of the Swadians. I'd almost even say that they're better, in my personal opinion, just from what I've used of them, but they're a pretty even balance. And then, of course, the Vaegirs are supposed to specialize in archers. I would say, likewise, that Swadia kind of competes with them on that aspect, because they have some pretty badass crossbowmen. I'm not going to lie on that one. The Karagit Khanate are known for the horse archers, which is going to be very important in later game for if you're wanting to find something with a lot of range, but also a lot of mobility as well. And let me tell you, when you're facing against this faction, they are a fucking bitch to try to take out. Like, your battles take for fucking ever because of it. The Nords specialize in ground infantry. They have the best ground infantry in the entire game. I can guarantee you that. Then, of course, you have the Rhodoks, which they use spearmen, which are great for taking on cavalry, and they're supposed to be really good on defense during castle sieges. And we'll get more into castle sieges later, of course. And then, last but not least, is the Sarandid Sultanate. They don't really have any unit specializations, and overall, their units aren't really that strong. What they do have, however, is a really good location. There's only like 3 different areas that you can invade from, so it's a really probably the best place to try and defend. But for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna go with Vaegirs. I just really like this faction. I really like all the units that they provide, and they're really close to Kingdom of Swadia if we really want to trade off cavalry there, or crossbowmen. They're also actually really close to Karagit Khanate. They're kind of close to most of them and stuff. Just kind of a central point almost, in my opinion. Anyway, we're going to start off with the Vaegirs, and then you can read all that. I'm not going to read it because it's going to take too much time. And, ooh, you hear somebody sliding out their blade. Somebody's going to attack you for absolutely no fucking reason. Okay, let's get started. And remember, use your scroll wheel, because the first time that I played this game... Whoa, this guy's got a fucking bow on him. Anyway, the first time that I played this, I didn't know to use that, and I got my ass kicked. One hit wonder by the Haas. And this is your very first quest. You don't necessarily have to do it, but it's just a good idea to do, just to give you kind of the all-around basics. There's a merchant. He's going to have you come up to his little hideaway place, his house, and talk to him and yada yada. Anyway, he has a proposition. Apparently his brother's been kidnapped by a bunch of raiders. He wants you to, he'll pay you gold, or silver, I guess. And then you're all like, well, if there's silver, then yes, I am interested. I don't even care what the reason is. In fact, I completely skipped that part. I heard silver, and bam, I'm good to go. And yeah, so now he's gonna give you some gold up front so you can recruit some men. And yeah, this is where your whoa, oh wow, I didn't know that was there. That's a first. Yeah, apparently specific people, you can see what their relation is by scrolling over that. I don't know if that's something specific to the diplomacy mod, or if that's just something I'm just now noticing after playing this game, like, for maybe like 100 hours worth. Alright, well anyway, now we can get out of here by clicking on the tab button, and that automatically kicks us out of where we're at. Just so you know, when you get into this screen here, it is always paused whenever you're not moving. That's basically just to help in case you need to get out of a sticky situation. If you have somebody chasing after you that you don't want to fight or are incapable of fighting, you can find the next best route without worrying about them getting up on you. So yeah, first off, we're going to start in Ayika here. I have no idea if I said... Yeah, whatever. I don't know if I said the name of this place right, but we're going to go with it. First off, looking at this area up here where it says the populace is indifferent to you, basically that just shows your likability for this specific town. Indifferent meaning, of course, they don't hate you, but they don't really like you either. They don't have any reason to really go out of their way for you. You can change this, of course, in one of several different ways. The best way to gain likability is to do quests for them and help out the town. The best way to get them to hate you is to fucking raid the place. And sometimes it's necessary, especially in times of war. So you just kind of have to figure out, you know, if you want people to like you, which if you're going to be keen, that's really not important. Likeness is overrated anyway, being likable. Ha! Anyway, so we're going to start by recruiting volunteers, and wow, no one wants to be here. Okay, maybe likability is important. And actually that is the key feature, is that I found that the more a town likes you, the more that they are going to give you recruits. So that's something important to think about. Oh god, these guys are chasing me behind. Alright, we found 2. Yay! 2. Okay. Now, I think we want to try to go for 5, but try to get even 10 if we can. Just because 10's a really good number. Those 6 guys were following us over there. Sometimes it takes forever traveling across this map. If it gets to a point where it's taking too long, I'm probably just going to try to like speed it up or make some cuts somewhere so we don't have to take forever. Anyway, we're going to Amir next. This is actually in the Kingdom of Calradia, Calradia. Of course it's in Calradia. Kingdom of Swadia is what I meant to say, as you can see by the names of the units there. And now to Ushkuru. Yeah. And it's okay, it's perfectly okay to mix in units. In fact, I would say it's perfectly what you should be doing if you really want to get a good army going, is to get a lot of different specializations there. Obviously, we're going to leave out the Serenid Sultan since they kind of just suck all around, like I said. We're not going to go that far out, though. Let's head back this way to Tadzamesh. No, get away from us. Fucking looters, man. Actually, I probably could have taken them out and that'd have been okay. It's nighttime and there's a lot of looters around here, it seems. Here's one of the castles. Oh yeah, another important thing to recognize is the fact that you move a lot slower at night. So you may want to just camp when that comes around, because it takes for fucking ever. Alright, we got 4 recruits from there. So hey, we have the 10 we want. We'll go back to Ayika real quick though, just to see if they'll change their minds real quick on us, you know? And that option is not even coming up, so never mind. Fuck that place anyway. No one ever liked them. Alright, so now that we have the appropriate money, we're going to go back to Rivendell. Now we're going to get into the tavern area, which is where a lot of the places you're going to go for quests, recruiting heroes, recruiting special mercenary units, and yeah, you always want to visit a tavern whenever you're in end of town, anywhere, no matter what. See, like a mercenary crossbowman there. We're not really going to use them. Yeah, now we'll go hunt the bandits. We have to go discover the location. I don't really like to get these mercenaries, by the way, just because you can't really level them up. They're kind of stuck at that one level, so that's always a bad thing about them. Anyway, we're going to tab to get out of there, leave this place, And there are the robbers right there that we need to talk to. And now, yeah, he asked what we want. We want to let the prisoners go, or we'll bring out the steel. Anyway, charge the enemy. And I'm gonna get off my horse, and I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna be a badass with my bros here. For brodom! That's my battle call for brodom. If you object, then you don't deserve brodom, or any liberties for that matter. Anyway, the enemy is now in sight. It's time to take them out. Hopefully I can take 1 or 2 out before my little army here takes the cake. No! What? Slice! I didn't get to take him out. No! I call it! No! You kill stealer! Well, at least we won. I guess that's the important thing. Alright. And he begs for his life, saying that he's gonna go into honest trade, which I don't believe a word of it is completely bullshit, but as long as you give up the location, I don't care what the fuck you do with your life. Go buy some drugs, I guess. Alright, so we know where they're at now. And look, we can capture someone. Good thing that we got that prisoner management when we did. Alright, we'll click done. And this is an important screen for us, because this allows us to loot the bodies. And I'm going to put a cap on because I don't have a cap yet. We're going to grab this stuff. Actually, we're not going to grab that because that's completely fucking worthless. But pretty much anything worth about 40 gold, at least at this point in the game, are stuff that you're probably really going to want to pick up, because that's going to allow you to get you quite a bit of money there. And yeah, real quick though, if you open up the party menu, the bottom right hand corner, you'll come over to the screen. You see these pluses over here next to these different tabs of units. That means that at least one of those units is ready to upgrade. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade them at the first level. They start off as footmen or skirmishers or militia, something like that. And once, or that's what they turn into. They start as recruits, they go into footmen or militia or whatever the other skirmishers. Yeah. And then after that, that's when you can branch them off. They usually go into either archer types or some kind of melee type. So in this case, the melee type are cavalry, so this can be pretty sweet. And let's see. Here we are. Here's the kidnapper's hideout. We're going to go out there and we're going to kick some fucking ass. Attack the hideout, because we're not about to pussy out over here. And for any type of raids that you do like this, or if you do a castle siege, you can't be on your horse for it, which could kind of suck, but it definitely makes sense, especially for the castle siege, because it's kind of hard to climb a ladder on a horse. Just putting that out there. Anyway, at this point, our only objective is to kill everybody. Well, all the bad guys anyway. You may not want to kill the brother. That would probably be a bad idea. In fact, I don't even think you can. I mean, there might be a way that you could cheat the system. But that would break the game. It would break it. You there, shirtless man. Come here so I can slice into your belly. I don't know how he survived that. Jesus. And here I am walking up a mountain. Just waiting to get hit by a bunch of stones. Oh, you can't fuck with me, motherfucker. Ugh! What the? Oh, I'm getting game banged over here. Game bang! No! Oh, that was a close one. Whew. I just did not do very well with that. You just need to try to make some fairly quick successions. However, sometimes I find the longer you hold down the button to attack, the harder your swing is. At least, you know, as far as like a quick click versus like a kind of longer click. Yeah. And we got it. And the brother should be coming up on me. There he is. Hey yo. Da 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 da. I'm doing a Zelda thing for every time that happens. And ooh, look, my face is all bloodied and stuff. And yeah, there's a bunch of items here. Now this thing is new with the diplomacy mod. It makes it just easier collecting gear and stuff. You can access it all. You can choose it to auto gather certain items, or you can let your heroes choose whatever the fuck they want. We're going to access the items on the ground though, and just pick kind of some of the very best stuff. Ooh, this is going to be a lot better than what we're currently wearing. Right. Good, good, good. See, and now this stuff is all over like the price of 40 or whatever. Let's see, this has resistance of 2 versus a resistance of 8. That's going to be completely and utterly useless. So we don't really need anything else here. We can go ahead and get out, and we're going to leave the rest of the items on the floor. Oh no, we lost a unit. I just now realized that. That's so sad. Alright, we're going to... Looks like we have another recruit ready to be a militia. And now we go back to Raven, talk to the merchant, and get this shit on the road. So we go back to the tavern here, and there he is. We're going to talk to him. It says, yay, my brother's safe, here's some monies. And I'm like, yay, monies. And he's like, now you want more monies? And I'm like, more? And he says something about, this is the point where he says that apparently the raiders were like hired on by the captain of the guard, who is all butthurt over something, and now I don't know, he just wants us to, I think he wants us to capture him alive, because there are some consequences for this merchant later, but we're going to do it anyway, because money is money. And we'll lead these men into battle, give them the sign, strike hard, strike fast, and don't let them know what hit them. Alright, so we go in, stand here for a minute. There's just a bunch of people doing their regular stuff. It's time, lads, up and at them! And fights begin! Start fucking rocking this shit. Oh! Oh! Took you out. Hey, naked buddy! Right here. Yeah, just took you out. Holy shit! They just fucking sliced up a woman! Sons of bitches! See, told you. Chauvinistic pigs, man. Don't have any kindness towards women at all. It's like, you wanna fuck with me? I'ma fuck you up. Tell you, man. It's a harsh life for a woman in medieval times. And that was it. That was really easy, actually. Alright, so continue. Right, now we're going to come up here, we're going to talk to him again. Yay! And he's going to talk about all of this stuff, and I'm going to be like, I don't care. And now, I'm going to say, let every villain learn to feel the name, the House. And that definitely left chills among the men. And we're going to get out of here. And real quick, we're going to go meet the Guildmaster. This button is really important. It allows us to automatically go talk to the Guildmaster instead of taking a walk around the streets and manually going to try to find who that fucker is. So, really nice button. And he's going to give us a quest here, starting off. Be like, do you happen to have a job for me? And he'll say, well, yes, I do. And you'll get paid. And I'll be like, duh, I'll do it. At least I should get paid. They usually pay me. Alright, now one last thing before we end this video is we're going to open up the quest menu. You can press Q, or I think there's a button at the bottom. It's reports. Nope, not reports. How do I get out of here? Oh, resume traveling. Notes. Notes. Q or notes. To get to your quest, you click on the quest, shows you kind of roughly what it's about, highlights what area the quest is kind of taking place around, and it shows you how long you have until that quest goes away. There's not really many consequences for not doing a quest, except for like maybe if you're doing it for like a specific, there are certain specific people, specifically the lords, that will drop in likability towards you. They'll not like you as much if you don't do their bidding. So always make sure to be their bitch, and you'll be fine. You'll rule Calradia in fucking no time. Anyway, this has been the intro to Mountain Blade Warband, showing you kind of most of the base, and yeah, that's all we really need to go for. I'm going to try to get some more of these videos coming out here soon, so hopefully these will be a little more action-packed. A lot of them are just going to go over the main mission that we'll have after this point is just trying to gain influence, which we'll go over more of that in the next few videos. If you liked what you saw here, please like this video. If you like me and what I do, please press subscribe then, man, or you can press like and subscribe. That's like a win-win for me anyway. And so yeah, until next time, guys, and may the geek be with you.